Well, Bennett Kessler filed this following report. As media worldwide continue to report on the theft of ancient petroglyph art from the volcanic tablelands north of Bishop, the Bureau of Land Management and Bishop Paiute Tribe continue to offer a reward to find the thieves, and a donation fund now offers a chance for anyone to help. The Eastern Sierra Interpretive Association has set up a new donation fund. Donation checks should note either the reward fund, interpretive opportunities, adopt a camera for surveillance, or archaeological site stewardship training and volunteer opportunities. So you can send checks if you would like to the ESIA, and that is at 190 East Yaney Street in Bishop 93514, and you can call 760-873-2411 for more information there. Now, the BLM and the Bishop Paiute Tribe again have contributed $1,000 each to the now $2,000 reward fund for information that would lead to the identity and conviction of the thieves. At the BLM, you can contact Melanie Steinwan at 760-937-0301. That's 937-0301. Now, with tall ladders, generators, and power saws, someone went up 15 feet to saw out at least 4 petroglyphs and to damage dozens of others with hammers and saws. The damage was discovered at the end of October and went public before the holiday. BLM has heightened surveillance since that time. Greg Haverstock, the Bishop Field Office BLM archaeologist, said, quote, "The damaged site was a pristine example of Great Basin rock art and hunter-gatherer domestic, religious, and subsistence activities. The location and archaeological materials, feature remains, and the rock art clearly portray the activities that occurred at the site during the past 3,500 years," end quote. Now, the site is protected under the Archaeological Resources Protection Act and is listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Now, this site is one of the most significant rock art sites in the region and is still used by local Paiutes for ceremonies. Now, in a story posted on the BBC News website, Raymond Andrews of the Bishop Tribe was quoted as saying, "Like other indigenous groups, we believe in karma. Something is going to happen. We can try to investigate, but some things are out of our hands," end quote. Well, Bennett Kessler filed this story. More big utility firms here in the Eastern Sierra to profit from Eastern Sierra resources without a benefit to our counties. Well, that's how Inyo officials have described the latest proposal by Bright Source Energy, and that's to develop a $2.7 billion solar plant in the Death Valley area. Now, the Los Angeles Times picked up on the story and found 2 other counties with similar gripes. And as the Times story says, quote, "Counties that invited the projects expected jobs and taxes, not a drain on their budgets," end quote. Inyo County Administrator Kevin Caruncio, pictured in that Times article, said, "We don't think we should have to bear the cost for energy that is being exported to metropolitan areas," end quote. Now, Caruncio has reported locally that the State Energy Commission has all the regulatory power over big solar projects. He said Inyo has found that Bright Source will get tax breaks and not pay their fair share of taxes. Now, he has said that their contributions will not cover the high cost of public services required by their project. In short, Inyo County would lose money and gain only a handful of local jobs. Inyo and Bright Source, however, are in negotiations. Now, the LA Times article says that at first it looked like the solar project would give Inyo County property taxes that would boost the general fund by 17%. Now, the story reported that an economic consultant hired by Inyo found that the property tax revenue would amount to a fraction of the customary amount because parts of the plant qualify for a solar tax exclusion. Now, the story also says, quote, "Fewer than 10 local workers would land permanent positions and just 5% of the construction jobs would be filled by county residents," end quote. Plus, as Caruncio has told Sierra Wave Media, workers are more likely to spend their money in Nevada, which is closer than Inyo towns. Now, the LA Times story also says that the solar project would cost Inyo $11 million to $12 million during the 30-month construction phase on a road upgrade and more. Now, Inyo officials have said that once the project is up and running, it would cost taxpayers about $2 million per year in more law enforcement and other services. Now, the LA Times story says there are similar stories in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. In addition to serious money concerns, counties are concerned about visual impacts. At the same time, California Governor Brown continues to push hard for development for renewable energy. Now, counties faced with solar plants say fine, but give us a fair share of the money. Well, the Mammoth Lakes Police Department is investigating multiple acts of vandalism that occurred to street signs and snow stakes overnight, Friday, November 23rd. Now, according to a press release from the Mammoth Lakes Police Department, a total of 29 snow stakes were discovered bent over, with some of them in traffic lanes. The majority of them were on Main Street east of Minaret. The others were near the Village on Hillside, Canyon, Minaret, and Lower Lakeview. Now, in addition to the bent snow stakes, a wooden street sign at Mono and Main Streets was removed from the ground and broken. The post on another street sign at Mono and Dorrance was broken in two, and a stop sign at the same corner was removed from the ground and lying in the street. Now, the press release states that the Mammoth Lakes Police Department has previously received complaints of bent snow stakes and broken signs in the Sierra Valley Sites community. This latest bit of vandalism is an increase of what has occurred in the past, and some of the stakes, according to the press release, can be repaired. Others will have to be replaced, and press release notes that this vandalism is not only costly to repair, but also poses hazards to motorists and pedestrians. Now, anyone with information about these acts of vandalism should contact the Mammoth Lakes Police Department, and that phone number is 760-934-2011. Well, Bennett Kessler also filed this report. At the Bishop City Council meeting Monday night, newly elected officials stood up to be sworn in. Re-elected council members Dave Stottlemyre and Laura Smith, as well as newly elected council member Pat Gardner, took the oath. Now, retiring Bishop City Council member Susan Cullen graciously welcomed Pat Gardner, and then the new council turned to selection of mayor and mayor pro tem. Laura Smith was chosen as mayor and Jim Ellis as mayor pro tem. City Administrator Keith Caldwell credited County Clerk Cammie Foote and her staff for a successful corroboration on the general election. It was the first time that a city election was consolidated with the Inyo County voting, and Caldwell said, quote, "I hope this was the first of many collaborations. It went very well," end quote. Now, more changes are ahead for the Bishop City Council, and that's when Councilman Jeff Griffiths resigns to take his seat on the Inyo County Board of Supervisors. Now, CAO Caldwell said there are three options for filling his seat: a special election, which would be costly, appointment, or a call for applicants followed by appointment. Now, Caldwell thinks the third choice is likely. Nothing will happen until Griffiths resigns his seat, and then Caldwell said that the city has 60 days after that to fill the vacancy.